Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here, and today I'm going to be doing an exclusive interview with the man himself.
Killer KEEMSTAR.
So we're actually going to be asking KEEMSTAR a few questions because obviously I know a lot of you guys out there have wanted to ask him some questions about his recent antics with the Trickshot community and how he's trying to, expose all of these Trickshot teams. So I'm going to ask him a few questions here. I have about 7 questions, so I'll ask him those, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So the first question we have for you, KEEMSTAR, is there anything that you want to say that wasn't in the video about Soar and all the other clans? Like, do you have any other things that you wanted to get off your chest?
So I do DramaAlert, so I don't really do vlog type stuff. Like, I missed my podcast because then I could fully explain my intentions more and stuff, but I can't really put my intentions in the news. I just have to kind of report the news. So a lot of people seen this as like a personal attack against Soar and against these teams, but in reality I've talked to the leader Mac for months now, and I would tweet something and it would be unprovoked attacks from like Soar members or people in the Trickshot community, saying that they want to rape my daughter, or just saying I should die from cancer, all different types of stuff. So I called Mac and I would talk to him privately, and I'm like, guy, look, dude, you need to kick these players. I mean, this is bad for your team. It's bad for you getting sponsors in the future. So this kind of led up for months of leaders really of these teams just being incredibly irresponsible and letting their players hurt their own brands.
To find a solution to that, Mac could just tell his players to, knock it off or something. He doesn't need to kick them.
Well, if somebody did that on FaZe, all right, if someone said stuff like that on FaZe, what would FaZe do?
They would probably end up kicking them, but...
Exactly. If someone did that on Optic, what would Optic do?
They would kick them, but
But here's the thing that's important, Scarce, is that companies out there are willing to give thousands of dollars to FaZe. They're willing to give thousands of dollars to Optic. They have all these sponsorship deals in the works, and the dream of most of these people involved in Trickshot teams is to one day be this huge entertainer and make this a career. It's a dream job, and I'm seeing these kids ruin their dream job by stuff that's just so unnecessary. You shouldn't be, tweeting people to kill yourself. Now, there's an argument, hey, this is just a joke. This shouldn't be taken seriously. Companies do not look at it that way. Companies do not look at it that way, and that's why you don't see really FaZe members telling people to kill themselves, or you don't see Optic members saying such stuff,
Yeah, I get you.
People think that I'm attacking them. Not really, I'm trying to, if anything, help them and show them, hey, look, this thing is really new. Gaming entertainment is brand new. You might think it's been around forever. It hasn't. I've been here from kind of the start, and I've only been here for 6 years. This is new. This is a new form of entertainment. It's going to get bigger. Bigger companies like Coca-Cola, Red Bull, GoPro are going to want to invest in gaming entertainers, and they're going to pick people that are brand safe. And for this to be, individuals' dream jobs, they need to think about this.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, we should take this more seriously, but I mean, it seems like a lot of people in Soar don't really care too much about, money and making this, say, their career or something like that. They just want to have fun with it. When you take it to a level of, say, Red or FaZe, obviously, they take a lot more seriously because they're looking to, make this into their dream job. So I think that would be a good argument against that. But I also have another question here. Why would you make the video about you saying, words as kill yourself in cancer and saying that's immature when, you've said it over Twitter a couple times yourself? There's been people who have been posting, certain videos of you doing that. Obviously, that video was 6 years old or 5 years old, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's a video from, I think, late 2009 or early 2010, and I was on Battle Cam, and basically, I think the context of what happened and how I was recorded yelling at this Alex guy, calling him an N-word, I think that's important to tell. Most people in gaming entertainment know this, but but from the Trickshot community is a little bit younger, so a lot of people are seeing this for the first time of me calling this guy an N-word, and they're shocked. They think that I'm racist. And basically what happened there is BattleCam was a website where you cam up and you talk smack to each other. And there was a moderator that was on BattleCam, and he was black. His name was Alex. And basically, I was trying to respond to him because he kept spamming, that I'm a Dago and that I'm a WAP because I'm Italian. He was being very racial towards me. And, right before I would cam up, he would kick me out of the list or waiting list or whatever, so I couldn't get cammed up, so I couldn't respond. And I pretty much fell for the bait. I was frustrated. I had no idea that they were recording me on Blog TV because I was also streaming on Blog TV. And they pretty much got the best of me. They, I came back with racial remarks as well. They recorded me and put it up on YouTube. And, to this day, that video still haunts me. And I see a lot of people coming out saying, look, KEEMSTAR, you're a hypocrite. You've said all these horrible things and you've done all these horrible things in the past. Well, I don't really see it that way. I see it as a person that, has experienced this firsthand. Like, I know that this type of stuff will stop you from getting sponsors. I've lived it, I don't think that I'm better than people. I just know that I've made the same mistakes. And before I made this video, again, I can't stress this enough, I've talked to Mac. I told Mac this was bad. I've talked to him for months. I've asked him, to care about his team, to be a leader, and don't let his members do this. And, it came to a boiling point when these Air members, with no hesitation, started making comments about, like, raping my daughter and stuff like that, and started saying it was cancer. Some SOAR members jumped in and was supporting Air, and I said, that's it, right? Someone needs to put this information out there because, it's not really, losing Scuff or, losing Control Freak. It's not these sponsors that are important. It's the future when you are not brand safe, and Coca-Cola is not going to invest in you, and all these other big companies are not going to invest in you. I'm watching these kids, Scarce, ruin their chances like I've ruined my chances, all right? I'm watching them make the same mistakes, all right? And I've tried to warn them privately not to, and nobody seems to be listening or caring. I think another misconception is that, like, I hate trickshotters. I fucking love FaZe. I love the guys at FaZe. I consider them my friends. I love watching Trickshot montages. I love commentating top fives. What I don't like is I don't like to watch these young kids just ruin their careers. And a lot of people think, well, KEEMSTAR's butthurt because they, someone attacked his daughter. It's not even that. Like, I started my career doing trolling. Like, none of this stuff that's said to me online affects me in any way to the point where I'm upset. It's just, people talking trash. People talk trash all the time when you get to a certain level. I'm sure, Scarce, you're a nice guy. You're an awesome guy, and people like you in this community. But I'm sure people tweet you some crazy shit from time to time. Once you get to a certain level, it doesn't matter what anyone says. No one can bother you.
Yeah,
right.
It obviously doesn't matter. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, but especially at this level right now, though, it seems like you're getting a ton of hate from especially the Trickshot and sniping community. Like you said before, like most of your fans aren't trickshotters or snipers, but it seems like you're getting a lot, and that actually leads on to my third question, which is, why would you keep going with things like this when you know that people are angry at you? It just seems like you constantly stir the pot, and you just constantly get people more and more angry when you know that you're already getting a lot of people upset and stuff.
Well, a lot of times, people come to the conclusion, look, I'm not going to touch on this subject. I'm not going to talk about this because, people are getting mad at me. People try to do the I don't know, the safe route. I don't care. I've never cared. I have enough confidence in the videos that I make. And shit, my channel got shut down like, what, 4 times? And I just rebuilt it every single time. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care what people think about me. I know that I'm uploading videos to the internet that are free for anyone to watch and that people love them and enjoy them. So I do not care about people's opinions. I do not care if the opinion is, you know, go kill yourself, 40-year-old virgin. You know, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter how much hate comes in. If, let's say, you know, I was uploading videos and, you know, I got 99.9% dislikes, I would still upload videos. I wouldn't be like, okay, well, I'm not going to say, you know, telling people to kill themselves is wrong anymore because everyone's mad at me. No, I'm going to keep saying it. There's literally no community pressure that would stop me from doing and saying what I feel is right.
Why does it seem like you target certain like teams or people? Like, for example, Soar and Era. It seems like you're always kind of targeting those teams. I guess not as much Era because you just started kind of targeting them, but you know, Soar especially, you've always kind of had like, you know, a hate for, and you
Right.
that was one of the reasons why you made that video.
Well, there's the
But you're like the news. You're supposed to, you know, just like everyone's equal with the news, if you know what I
right,
mean.
and I can totally see how some people would think that I'm being biased in targeting SOAR. Because are there Bay members that say the same thing? Of course. Are there, you know, other teams out there that have acted the same way? Of course. The reason why I highlighted SOAR is kind of what I said before. You know, I had an issue with SOAR members saying the most ridiculous things about my kid. Saying that they wish my kid would get raped and they wish my 5-year-old daughter would get cancer. And I, instead of uploading a video and exposing SOAR, I talked to the leader. I said, look, man, this is making you look bad. You know, just kick this guy or do something. Lead your team. And so I gave SOAR many chances to just, you know, help themselves. You know, it wasn't me that was going to take a fall from, you know, running the story on DramaAlert. You know, I didn't lose anything from running the story on DramaAlert. I didn't lose subscribers. I didn't lose followers. I gained followers and subscribers since I've uploaded the video. The only you know, person involved was SOAR that had to lose. So, and I tried to explain this to him for months, and it came to a boiling point when the air stuff went down that I was just like, okay, look, you know, if you're not gonna listen to me and you're not going to you know, take my advice to you know, Mac, to kind of like lead your team and have them do the right thing, then I'm going to show everybody how SOAR acts and see what the community thinks as a whole. And now you see SOAR kind of under fire by the community as a whole for the things that they said. So
All
you know,
right.
it's pretty much, to answer your question much shorter, it's because I had the issue with SOAR, and for months, before I ran the story, I asked them to tone it down.
I do think most of the sniper community definitely is to blame for these comments, because it seems like everyone says it. So what would you actually say would be like a good solution for, say, the whole Trickshot and sniper community as a whole? Because we all know we've done it before. We've all said stuff like faggot, like kill yourself, cancer, stuff like that.
The most important thing is I'm older, and I've been here for 6 years. And I've done the same thing. And if I come across being hypocritical, and, you know, then it is what it is. Maybe I am being a hypocrite. But in reality, I think that I know better because I've lived through these experiences and I've experienced the same exact thing. So look at it as me trying to teach you guys the way to act. If you want this to be your career, if you want this to be your dream job. I mean, you got kids like Rain, you got Pomage, you got, you know, some of these people that have come out of the trickshotting community that are rich. They upload videos on the internet for a job, and they're making more money than doctors. All right? So if this is your dream, don't mess it up. That's all I'm saying.
All right. For another question, do you think you're ever going to join back FaZe anytime soon? Because I know a lot of the guys at FaZe want you back in and stuff, but there is a lot of people in the community who don't want you, you know, part of FaZe. So it's kind of like that controversial topic. So do you think you're actually going to join back? Or
I love FaZe. I absolutely love FaZe. I love its members. I think they're mature. I think they do not act like, the stuff that we've been talking about. But at the end of the day, a large portion of the trickshotting community does not like me. All right. So if I were to join FaZe today, I believe FaZe would get a lot of unprovoked, unneeded hate just from me joining. So I think it's best that if I am to join FaZe again, that it would be, months down the road, or it would be until the trickshotting community understands where I'm coming from and more people in this community agree with my points of view. And I don't know if that'll happen after this interview or if people will still continue to hate on me. But I know one thing, the reason why I left FaZe is because they were getting a lot of hate because of me. And I don't want anyone to get hate because of something I did.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It just seemed like you really, really like FaZe, like especially when we figured out you first joined. Like, you were so excited for joining. But I understand your point of view. Like, I think it would get FaZe a ton of hate right now.
I think my biggest problem is that I just like it. If I can troll, I do, and I trolled way too much, and I can't step away. Like, it's my biggest flaw.
Mm-hmm.
I started off as a troll, and it's just so easy. To take the bait and troll instead of just stepping back a little bit. So, that's part of a problem.
Yeah, definitely. So for my last question here, what is your honest opinion? What do you honestly think of the Trickshot/sniper community? Like, what do you think of the people in the community? Do you like them? Do you like the people who make the content? Do you like the fans?
I love trickshotting. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters, right? So there's a game of basketball, but then there's like the Harlem Globetrotters that do all this fancy stuff. It's exciting to see what some of these guys can pull off, and it's almost like a dunk competition like in the NBA. And I love it, and I think it provides amazing gaming entertainment here in the community. The problem is that I think this community, the Trickshot community, is much younger than the esports community or the COD commentator community. And I
don't know about that. I mean, if you think about the fans for, say, Optic, it seems like they're a lot younger than a lot of people who would be fans of, say, FaZe in the Trickshot community, or maybe around the same age. But it seems like they're around the same age, the fans at least. Maybe not the content creators though, but.
Well, the problem is you have, I think the problem in trickshotting and why it's become so aggressively, vulgar and mean-spirited, and where all this bullying comes from, is because there's so many teams, and a lot of the leaders are children themselves. A lot of the members of these teams are children themselves.
I think you could say that it's because there's a lot of people, say, in big teams, and people with fans, and people with people who look up to them, who are actually really immature themselves, like you said. So they take that and, they think that's something good. That's how they get accepted in this community.
I think the difference is, sorry to cut you off, but I think the difference is if you look at FaZe, like, all its leaders are adults. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, that's what I was thinking before, is that, like, if you look at FaZe and then you go back to Red, people in FaZe are really old. The people in Red might be a little bit younger.
I don't think people, will understand me fully, but I can say this. There's been times where I've just sat here and thought, man, that kid just ruined his career, and felt so bad for someone, engaging this type of activity. It's not that I'm out to kill trickshotting teams and out to end careers, even though, that might happen for my reporting. It's that I'm trying to teach everyone this is the wrong way to act if you want this to be your dream job.
Mm-hmm. All right, that was a good interview. You did say some really good points. Do you have anything else you want to say to the fans?
We're going to be doing some Gamma giveaways on my Twitter, so come say hi. That's it.
Yeah, it'll be linked in the description if you guys. I'm sure most of you guys already know his Twitter. But yeah, guys, so this is the interview with Keemstar. It's kind of an exclusive interview. He got a lot of his thoughts out. He usually doesn't say these thoughts in DramaAlert because, you know, you have to be kind of equal in DramaAlert. You can't say your opinion too much. So hopefully a lot of you guys did enjoy this. If you did, leave a thumbs up. It means quite a bit. And you can also check out Keemstar's channels in the description below. I'm sure you guys already know what it is. And yeah, that's really it, guys. I'll see you later. Peace.
Thanks for having me on.